commentary with Insane Sam. These are pieces of literature, philosophy, poetry, anything in the written word that I like, that I think you might like, that I want to share with you. Now, I don't remember quite when I came across the writings of Hsun TZU. He was a post-Confucian Chinese philosopher who lived between about 310 and about 230 BC. He wrote about a lot of things, including heaven, and we're going to concentrate on his views of heaven today. Hsun TZU believed that heaven was a real place, but it was the natural order of things. It didn't have anything to do with a deity creating it. It didn't have anything to do with going there. It didn't have anything to do with morality. And those are not uncommon themes in Chinese literature. You find it in Buddhism, Taoism, and all kinds of Chinese philosophy. But I really like this guy, and I'm going to give you several readings and some commentary about it. He believed that heaven was the natural order of the world. And the way to achieve heaven for a human being is to make the best he can of his own life within that world. So here are a couple of readings from him. I hope you like them. Heaven's ways are consistent. It does not prevail because of a sage like Yao. It does not cease to prevail because of a tyrant like Qi. Respond to it with good government and good fortune will result. Respond to it with disorder and misfortune will result. If you encourage agriculture and are frugal in expenditures, then heaven cannot make you poor. If you provide the people with the goods they need and demand for their labor only at the proper time, then heaven cannot afflict you with illness. If you practice the way and are not of two minds, then heaven cannot bring you misfortune. Flood or drought cannot make your people starve. Extremes of heat or cold cannot make them fall ill. And strange and uncanny occurrences cannot cause them harm. But if you neglect agriculture and spend lavishly, then heaven cannot make you rich. If you are careless in your provisions and slow to act, then heaven cannot make you whole. If you turn your back upon the way and act rashly, then heaven cannot give you good fortune. So you see, what he's saying is the way to prosperity and the way to heaven on earth is based on your own acts, not the acts of some deity that's going to interpose on your behalf. This is one of my favorite little ones here. You pray for rain and it rains. Why? For no particular reason, I say. It's just as though you had not prayed for rain and it rained anyway. The sun and the moon undergo an eclipse and you try to save them. A drought occurs and you pray for rain. You consult the arts of divination before making a decision on some important matter. But it's not as though you could hope to accomplish anything by such ceremonies. They are done merely for ornament. Hence the gentleman regards them as ornaments, but the common people regard them as supernatural. He who considers them ornaments is fortunate. He who considers them supernatural is unfortunate. So there again you have Hsun TZU talking about no divine intervention helping in life, but having a good life based on participation in heaven through your own efforts. Now, that's his view on, very quickly, on heaven, but there's something else I want to read to you that has nothing to do with heaven. This has to do with a whole different topic, but I just like the thought, and I'm going to give you this one too. All living creatures between heaven and earth which have blood and breath must possess consciousness, and nothing that possesses consciousness fails to love its own kind. If any of the animals or great birds happen to become separated from the herd or flock, though a month or a season may pass, it will invariably return to its old haunts. And when it passes its former home, it will look about and cry, hesitate and drag its feet before it can bear to pass on. Even among tiny creatures, the swallows and sparrows will cry with sorrow for a little while before they fly on. Among creatures of blood and breath, none has greater understanding than man. Therefore, man ought to love his parents until the day he dies. I just love that thought. It's part of the thought that everything is living for today. Everything is what you do for yourself, and we can't escape the heaven that is the natural order of things around us. And part of that natural order of things is the love we have for our home, the love we have for our parents, and things like that. Well, this is a topic that you could, take college courses on, so I'm going to leave it with that. And I hope you like these little excerpts from Hsun TZU. Do me a favor, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to it right now, Read all, go do the readings, see the Route 66 videos, and with that, Insane Sam out.